Would I be the asshole if I exposed my sister's affair to her husband? What if the most perfect marriage you've ever seen was actually built on a massive, heartbreaking lie? Imagine finding out your sister is cheating on her devoted husband, only to realize the truth is 10 times more complicated than a simple affair. Today, we are peeling back the layers on a story of toxic dysfunction that will make you question everything you know about loyalty, love, and secrets. We're looking at a couple that has been together for 15 years, the kind of couple everyone envies, until a hidden camera or a chance encounter reveals a side of the relationship no one was supposed to see. We've got a husband who nursed his wife through her darkest mental health struggles, a secret medical condition that has frozen their bedroom for over a decade, and a famous entrepreneur caught in the middle. Is it better to live a happy lie or a devastating truth? We're going to break down the ethics of mercy cheating, the danger of possessive partners, and whether telling the truth makes you a hero or a homewrecker. Let's get into the heart of this mess. Fiona grew up looking at her sister Rachel's marriage as the gold standard. You know that couple, the ones who still hold hands after 15 years, who look at each other with pure adoration, and who seem to have navigated the hardest parts of life without a single crack in the foundation. Fiona's brother-in-law, Joseph, isn't just a guy she's related to by marriage. He's a big brother figure. He's the guy who stayed by Rachel's side during her worst bouts of depression, never complaining, just being the rock she needed to survive. So imagine the absolute gut punch of seeing Rachael with another man. It's not just a betrayal of a husband, it's a betrayal of the entire family's belief system. Fiona did what any of us would do. She went nuclear. She confronted Rachael, called her pathetic, and reminded her that she was basically spitting in the face of the man who saved her life. But this is where the story takes a sharp turn into a gray area that most of us aren't prepared to handle. Rachael didn't just make an excuse. She brought receipts. It turns out that perfect husband has a secret he is terrified the world will find out. He's been impotent for 12 years. For the majority of their marriage, there has been no physical intimacy. None. Rachael showed texts, emails, and even her private therapy notes to prove that her deep depression wasn't just a random chemical imbalance. It was the result of a decade of feeling rejected and untouched in her own home. This brings up a massive psychological question. Is a marriage truly a marriage if a core component is missing? Psychologists often talk about the triangular theory of love, which involves intimacy, passion, and commitment. If you take the passion out for 12 years, the structure starts to lean. Rachael claims that this affair with a famous entrepreneur didn't break her marriage. She claims it saved it. She says that by getting her needs met elsewhere, she finally had the energy and the happiness to be a good wife to Joseph again. She calls it a victimless crime because, in her mind, everyone is currently happy. But is everyone happy? Or are they just living in a fragile bubble that's waiting to pop? Let's look at the other man. This isn't just some random guy. He's a well-known entrepreneur in their city. He's also married with 3 kids and claims to be in the same sexless marriage boat. But here is where the toxic dysfunction really starts to show. When Rachael met him, he wasn't acting like a man who was saving a marriage. He looked smug. He looked angry. And he actually wants the truth to come out. He wants Rachael to leave her husband so they can be together. This creates a high-stakes standoff. On one side, you have Rachael, who is terrified. She says Joseph is incredibly possessive and jealous. He's the type of guy who says he would die without her and that he has nobody else in the world. While that sounds romantic in a movie, in real life, it's a huge red flag for emotional dependency. If she tells him, she's not just breaking his heart, she's shattering his entire identity and exposing his most private medical shame. On the other side, You have the entrepreneur lover who is tired of the shadows. He gave Rachael a Cartier love ring, a piece of jewelry worth thousands of dollars, which she wears on a chain hidden under her clothes. That ring is a ticking time bomb. Rachael says she'll donate it, but the fact that she's still wearing it tells us she's not ready to let go. So what do you do if you were Fiona? You love your brother-in-law. You feel like he's being treated like a fool. You believe that the truth sets you free. But in this case, the truth might actually destroy a man who is already fragile. If Fiona speaks up, she is effectively outing her brother-in-law's medical condition and revealing that his wife has been lying to his face for months, if not years. This is the ultimate double-edged sword. If you stay silent, you're an accomplice to a lie. You have to sit at Sunday dinner, look that man in the eye, and pretend you don't know that his wife is wearing another man's ring under her sweater. That kind of secret-keeping can eat a person alive. It creates a toxic secret that poisons the entire family dynamic. But if you speak up, you are the one who pulls the trigger. You are the one who ends the 15-year perfect marriage. You are the one who potentially sends your sister back into a spiral of depression and leaves your brother-in-law with nothing. Rachael's argument is that no one is being hurt, but that's a classic cheater's justification. Pain isn't just about what you know. It's about the theft of your agency. The husband doesn't get to choose if he wants to stay in a marriage where his wife is sleeping with a well-known businessman. That choice has been stolen from him. He's living in a Truman Show version of a marriage where everyone knows the reality except him. And let's talk about that possessive and jealous behavior. If Joseph is truly that jealous, he probably already suspects something. Jealousy often stems from a fear of losing control or a deep-seated insecurity. By keeping this secret, Rachael isn't protecting him, she's managing him. She's treating him like a child who can't handle the truth, rather than a partner who deserves respect. Then we have the climax of this drama, the confrontation with the lover. The guy actually told Fiona to her face that they should just tell everyone. He's done with the games. Rachael told him to shut up, but the cat is already out of the bag. The affair might officially be over, but the emotional mess is just beginning. You can't just donate a Cartier ring and expect the memories and the resentment to disappear. So, would Fiona be the bitch for telling? This is where people are split. Some say that family stays out of the bedroom. They argue that what happens between two adults is their business. And if the husband is happy in his ignorance, let him be happy. They see Fiona as a potential chaos agent who is about to ruin lives for the sake of a moral high ground. Others argue that loyalty to the truth is the highest virtue. They believe Joseph deserves to know, so he can decide for himself if he wants to stay. Maybe he'd be open to a different kind of relationship if the shame was taken away. Maybe he'd find someone who is okay with his condition without needing to go behind his back. By staying silent, Fiona is basically saying that Joseph isn't strong enough to handle his own life. This story is a perfect example of how good intentions can lead to a toxic mess. Joseph had good intentions by taking care of his wife. Rachael had good intentions by trying to find happiness to stay in the marriage. But the foundation of all of it is a lie. And as we know, any structure built on a lie eventually collapses. The only question is how much of the family gets buried in the rubble when it finally goes down. Fiona is stuck in a no-win situation. Whether she talks or stays silent, the perfect family she grew up with is gone forever. The moment she saw her sister with that guy, the illusion was shattered. Now, she just has to decide which version of the wreckage she can live with. If you want to see how to spot the signs of a partner who is living a double life, you need to watch this video next.